Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are today. I'm going to take this time in this video to show you where you and your child can go to get online help, assessments, resources for their geometry class here at Bangor Christian Schools. So, before your child leaves my classroom on the very first day, they're going to get a username and a password. And they need to take that username and password home, and they need to log into the system and look at the Chapter 1 materials. So I'm going to show you where you need to go with your child as they log in. So here's where you need to go. First, go to the URL which says my.hrw.com. When you hit enter, it's going to take you to the website. Now, again, every student is going to get a username and password. So right here, I've just made a very basic account. It's called Guest Student. So what I do is I type in gstudent1108 and then the password. Log in. And by the way, once you type in the password for your child or your child types in the password, yeah, you have to sell your soul away. Sorry about that. Then they can change it. All right, now they have some options. They can view assignments, they can view progress reports, go to online textbook. Now right now in geometry, I don't put many online assignments because again, kind of like the little thing I need to say here, I know that not all students have online access at home. So obviously this video doesn't apply in your situation. But most students do, and they can get extra help beyond what I give them in the classroom. So typically what they're going to do is go to the online textbook. All right. Now, depends on how fast your internet connection is. Mine's, moderately okay here. So, okay, now we have a choice. Select a chapter, beginning of the year. Let's go to Chapter 1, Foundations for Geometry. Let's hit go. Now I have a choice. I can choose Chapter Opener, or I can go to various other places. Let's see here. I'm going to go to the Are You Ready section. That is the section that tests to see, are they really ready to begin mathematically with Chapter 1? And so it goes to that section right there. Let's go ahead and let that load. Now here's a really nice feature that you can get. You can download a PDF document of one page for every single page in the textbook. So if you're having a difficult time seeing this, or you want to print it out, or your child wants to print it out, they can do so simply by clicking on this link right here which says Enlarged Book Page. I've already gone ahead and clicked on it just so you can kind of see what it shows. So there it is right there. This is just an online PDF file which you can download also. Save it on your hard drive because your student has access to that now. So there's page 1 of 1. Are you ready? And here's the various problems that they need to know how to solve before they begin geometry. Okay, well, let's go to Student Resources. All right. Chapter 1. It's all here. Lesson 1, Lesson 2. I'll go ahead and expand Lesson 2. Here's some practice and note-taking, interactive practice quiz, practice B, some problem solving, notebook rules and whatnot. So they have access to just a whole heap of things. Now, as is the way with human nature, the majority of students don't want to go here. They don't want to look at this because it takes work. Okay. You know what? We all have the areas, and you know this, we all have the areas where we need to just buckle down and do it, and I'm going to be motivating my students as best as I know how. Pray for me to help them to get some excitement with geometry this year, but they all are going to be held accountable if they have internet access at home, and if your house rules allow them to use the internet, then those particular students are going to be held accountable for being able to go online and knowing where to go to get additional help. And I'll be able to help them obviously during period 8s or after school or whatnot, but it takes a lot of push and shove to get them to do this. So pray for me, and any help that you could give me at home would be greatly appreciated. If your child clicks on the Videos and Activities tab, you're going to find video helps for every single lesson and example in the book. So let me go ahead and click on this link right here.
You know, the famous formulas of geometry are so ancient and yet today are still really just as beautiful and extremely useful. Let's take a look at some questions that involve some of our...
Okay, he's not the only online instructor. There are several, but your child has access to just almost an embarrassing wealth of resources to help them be able to learn as much as they can. Now, there's something I need to say about the homework. I pull problems out of the textbook because it's a good source for problems. But not all my homeworks are like that. I also make homework questions myself, and the reason why I do that is because the geometry textbook, it's a very good textbook. It's a good book for learning basic fundamental facts of geometry. But the level at which it asks questions, in my view as a teacher, is lower than what a high school student should be able to answer. Okay? At the national level, high school students need to know how to become good problem solvers. And I've been through this textbook now for several years, 3 years, and the problems are a little bit lower bar than what I really expect of my students. So they're going to see homework questions that I make up, that I ask too. Now, all of my tests and quizzes are 70%, they've seen it in the homework, maybe not the exact same problem, but they've seen it in the homework, 70%. And the other 30% is a new question that they've never seen before, but if they've studied, they've learned the math necessary in order to complete the problem. So they may not have seen it in the homework, but they have learned, if they've studied, they've learned the fundamental principles in order to be able to try and tackle that problem. That's how my tests and quizzes are arranged. So if you want to contact me at any time and talk with me, my email address is jpartridge@bangorchristian.org. My phone number is 1-207-217-5039. And that's it. I hope this is helpful to you, and God bless you wherever you are today.
Praise Father, Son.
Praise Father, Son. Praise Father, Son.